Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be just my everyday makeup routine. This routine usually takes me about 15 to 17 minutes, and yeah, I'll just show you how I create this look. So first I'm using the Born This Way concealer, and I never normally do concealer first, but because I'm going to use a powder foundation, that's why I do all the liquids first. So I'm kind of just putting this underneath my eyes, and a little bit where I get some redness on my cheeks, and then in my T-zone, and then I blend it out with a foundation brush. And if you watch my videos, you know I normally don't use a foundation brush with concealer. I'll use a beauty blender. This concealer is quite thick, so it does kind of cover a lot of my redness and a lot of my problem areas, so that's why I'm just able to go over it with a powder foundation. And this gives me enough coverage just for a daily basis. It's not really full coverage. It's just kind of what I do every day when I'm trying to get ready like quick but still look full glam, if you know what I'm saying. So then for foundation, I'm using the Kat Von D Lock It Powder Foundation. This one does have some pretty good coverage, and I'm using the shade medium. Um, Technically, I should probably be using the shade light, but I like to pretend like my skin tone is a little bit darker than it actually is. And this whole process takes me about 3 to 4 minutes with the concealer and then again with the powder foundation. If I was just running errands or something, I would leave it at this, but to kind of take it up a notch a little bit, I go in and bronze my cheekbones. I'm using the Morphe Icon bronzer, and I'm just going to go in and bronze my cheeks how I normally would. And I go ahead and bronze my forehead as well, just to bring some color back to the skin. And then another step that I'll do, if I don't have a lot of time, I'll skip this step, but a lot of times I will include this. I'm using the KKW brightening powder, and I'm just putting this right underneath my eyes, right where like the darkness would be and kind of where your blush would meet your under eye concealer, if that makes sense. And this kind of just like steps it up a little bit, gives your face dimension, and makes it look like you took a lot of time on your makeup, and it really only takes like 30 seconds just to add this step in. And then I'm using this Hourglass blush, and I forget what it's called. I'll have it in the description box, but I just put on my blush as normal, and I kind of focus like more on the apples as of recently. I think it just really makes the face glow, and I think it just adds a really pretty flush of color to your cheeks. And then I'll just fill in my eyebrows as normal. I do tint my eyebrows, so sometimes I don't even do this step, but my tint was wearing off, so I'm just doing it here. And then I go in with this Bobbi Brown eyeshadow in the shade Camel, and this is the only eyeshadow that I use. You can also use bronzer, but I really just think that this shade complements my skin tone and my eye color the most. It's kind of like a mustardy undertone, and I kind of just buff it all over the crease, and I also bring it down on the lower lash line. It kind of just creates a really pretty like brown neutral smoky eye for the daytime, and you just use one shadow, and it really just takes me like 2 minutes. And again, you can skip this step if you don't have the time. What I do on my lower lash line is I'll take a pencil brush and really just smoke out the color, and then I'll go back in with a flat definer brush and put it more precisely on the lash line, and that just kind of makes it look like you took more time on the lower lash line, but you're just using one color, so it's really quick and easy once you get the hang of it. I will usually never skip this step, and it's highlighting. So this is the Dose of Colors Fuego highlight, and look how pretty the packaging is. It's so sparkly. But I'll just put this on my cheekbones, and then I'll also put this on the inner corner of my eye and underneath my brow. I just think that that makes the makeup look just look really finished. And then I just go ahead and apply lower lash mascara. Sometimes I'll even just take this in the car with me and do it in the car. If anyone has any recommendations on mascara that doesn't like bleed onto your face, let me know. I feel like because I'm looking down most of the day, like looking down like at my clients, I just feel like I always have little dots underneath my eyes from my mascara. And then I'm using a Morphe lip liner in the color Coffee and Kissy, and then I'm going to use a Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Stone, and that really just is kind of like my lip color but better, just a little bit like pinkier. And yeah, that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this everyday makeup tutorial, and I will see you in my next video.